What's up, y'all? Winnie here, and welcome back to Prequel, or Making a Cat Cry the Adventure. So I was checking to see whether or not I still had any of the comic left so that I could do the thing where I see if one page is enough content for a video. And it looks like there may have been an update since the last time I was in here. Because this page came out April 14th, 2026, and there's two more above it. So let's see. Scratch Marks wrote, Kadia, need to get some sleep. You've been up for about 48 hours, falling to the death battles, and last time you slept was on the floor of a burning chapel. You might have to deal with the King Nightmare, but maybe you can trace the voice using the ley line ability. And the legal cow wrote, Rest in the Mages Guild. Wild Breeze wrote, Gather the meat from all the forest friends you zapped. I did try to zap a good amount of forest friends. Knock knock. Knock knock. Why'd you have an eye patch now? You missed all the major plot events. What? So many interesting and exciting things happened since you left. There was death, destruction, action, adventure, romance, drama. Even just an insignificant background character. Your presence would have been incredibly helpful. Would have, but that's all over now. Anyway, come upstairs. We're eating ice cream. How's the trip to Anvilco? You made it there and back faster than I would have expected. Actually, I just kind of didn't go. I was waiting for a friend who agreed to travel with me, but I wasn't entirely sure when he was going to show up, so I decided to clarify that she wasn't actually curious. She was just asking to be nice. The response she was looking for was, It went well. Sorry, you say? She says it's fine. She's still relearning how to get people to respond correctly without mind control. She'll try to get it clearer next time. Don't forget to float the meat over to the hot frost atronach, which is a thing we have now instead of a cold closet. What is it, venison? Mostly, but maybe also some wings? Explain that you went hunting with a new short-range lightning spell you picked up, but the specifics of which 6 animals you killed are kind of ambiguous. Stefan! Look, we got the whole guild hall together. Oh, you say, making eye contact with Stefan. Are you guys still friends? I'm not sure where we stand right now after the whole thing. I'm helping her clean up the ramifications of her actions, Stefan says, or Spain, whichever. He's still convinced I'm a destined hero chosen by the gods to save the world from certain destruction, Sigrid says. I think a reasonable person would have to admit that her handling of today's numerous situations showed a lot of competence above that of an ordinary mage, he says. He doesn't recognize that most of that was pure luck, Sigrid says. What flavor ice cream do you want? Rocky Road if you have it? And if anything's a sign of divine favor, it would be unnatural luck. Or I guess it would be unnatural luck, Stefan says. I want them to fuck, the Flame Atronach says. And what about you? How about you? Your trip to Anvil and back went well, I hope? Oh, actually it went fine. How do you tell the truth? McGillis wrote, Actually no, it did not go fine. Do not dig this social hole any deeper. Rosie wrote, God, it's better to be honest than to lie, just so you don't bring down the mood. You'll tell them the truth later. Right now, this is your first time in a Magus Guild as an official member of the Magus Guild, and you want to make a good impression, which means not immediately whining about all your problems and asking for a bunch of help. If you're going to drop in on them unannounced, you want to at least spend a little time being sociable and getting a read on the situation. Wait, when did this? Okay, so it was still April when this came out. Cartoons wrote, I don't mean to be paranoid, but do you fully trust these people? They seem like they're being nice, but it's hard to tell. Errata wrote, Too quickly like peek for the walls. Roy192 wrote, So Sigrid has 2 astronauts simultaneously now. You might want to check which astronaut is connected to who with your ley line thing. And speaking of getting a read on the situation, you do a quick scan of the room to check what's going on behind the scenes. The flame Atronach looks to be summoned by Sigrid, while the hot frost Atronach is connected to some flat circle in the other room. You sense what you think are a few enchanted items on Stefan and Sigrid, but it's nothing close to what she was wearing in your last encounter. As far as you can tell, she wasn't lying about holding on to the jewelry with protective enchantments and getting rid of the gear with charm spells. You guess Kavash is just safe now? Username example wrote, I believe the suitable nicety question would be, you were talking about lots of action that was going on after I left. What exactly did I hiss? You know, because you're a cat and it's been a while since the last one. Pinecone wrote, feast upon succulent frozen treat. The book wrote, eat me. Kawaz wrote, ask about all the major plot events you missed. Show other commands used. Jay wrote, ask why the chair isn't on fire. The one the horny astronaut is sitting on, I mean. So, what were these major plot events I missed? And, would you happen to have maybe any neat alchemy things to recharge my magic again if it's no trouble? Sigurd raises an eyebrow. What, were you planning on getting into a magic duel before bed or something? Stefane reminds Sigurd that you're an atronach. Oh, right. She'd almost forgotten that your annoying spell absorption was how you're able to end her evil reign. She didn't know you were coming, so she didn't prep anything impressive for magic restoration. She'll just let you get a cup of flax seed. As for what you missed, Stefan continues, we've been spending the day negotiating with various upset townspeople and making reparations where necessary. We've mostly just been giving out free money, Sigrid says. Nobody was left that bad off. Honestly, it was a pretty normal level of power abuse for a mages guild. You were mind controlling them. Just to give me free stuff. It was basically taxes except everyone liked it. We're already funded by taxes. You can't just arbitrarily take more from people. I was also demonstrating a practical application of magic and improving the reputation of the Mages Guild. That's the sort of thing we're supposed to be all about, right? To benefit the citizens of Tamriel. Things don't become morally justified just because you've used magic to do them. And I'm not saying it was morally justified. I stopped. But you're not getting on Kude's case for running an entire guild hall dedicated to mind control spells. You suddenly tell the Flame Atronach that, yeah, okay, you can see it now. Kude is a responsible practitioner of illusion magic. Her more powerful spells are explored purely for research purposes. The Flame Atronach signs back to you, right? Oh, so mind control for research purposes makes things fine, and taking money from people who are unhappy about it is fine, but mashing the two together suddenly makes you an evil sorceress. You ask the Flame Atronach how she's sitting on the wooden chair without burning it. Yes, that should not be contentious to say. There are plenty of things that should remain in research, and things people should retain their ability to be unhappy about. Flame Atronach says that she had angry, rivalrous sex with the Hot Frost Atronach the last time the wizards started going back and forth like this. They didn't notice. Jack wrote, so we're not just going to ignore it, right? The shiny golden eye patch Sigurd is now wearing? How did that happen? You should ask about it. Bringing up someone's potentially missing eye might be rude in any other scenario, but Sigurd seems quite excited, recalling everything that happened while you were briefly gone. 3 wrote, okay, the eye patch. Why? So, you interject loudly, what's the story behind the eye patch? I got into a sword fight. She won a sword fight, Stefan clarifies. I cheated. Sigurd further clarifies. She used magic to enhance her abilities. Stefan even further clarifies. I stole the sword fighting abilities from a random red guard in the crowd. Please don't tell me red guard was your only criteria when picking someone to cast a spell on. Well, don't do this, Steph. You have a crowd of people, and you have a split second to guess who's been on a swashbuckling high seas adventure. Obviously, you picked the red guard. You talked to him not even an hour prior. You knew he was a former privateer captain. I talked to a lot of people. I'm not going to waste time remembering things I can assume from stereotypes. Hold on, you say. Did you actually lose an eye, or... No. Sticker says, I just trust eye patches look amazing. It'll wear off once the skill absorption spell wears off, Stefan says. It'll never wear off. I bought this 5,000 symptom eye patch to make sure. Kadia, be polite. 3 wrote, ask Sigrid and Stefan if they recognize that tentacle crab eyeball thing the omen ran into. Not a Dragon wrote, remember the bowling ball with the luck enchantment? Ask whether luck is real, and if yes, how could someone defend against it? Silly Watson 12 wrote, as for clarification on the eye patch's abilities, you have plenty of questions that oh, hang on. You have plenty of questions that experienced mages could probably help with, but still want to keep things a little casual for now, at least long enough to show that you are a polite person who doesn't just focus on herself. You ask Sigrid if her 5,000 septum eye patch does anything cool. If your senses are right, she still has 2 enchanted items on. What is this picture? Oh, I guess it's her wall. Nothing cool yet, she says. Obviously, I want to deck it out eventually, but my usual go-to charm enchantments is apparently evil now. I'll probably spring for something super generic like an auxiliary magic reservoir that won't ever assign morality to more spells. Sushiko wrote, conspicuously sneak quitting a bite of your delicious Rocky Road ice cream. Just because he only exists in our imagination doesn't mean he should just have to sit while everyone enjoys a nice chili snack. Alan wrote, get some ice cream to Quentin. Can't leave our little imaginary snake without his share. Prowls Forson wrote, worry that stealing skills might become Sigrid's new addiction. And just to check, the skill stealing magic isn't going to become a new evil thing, is it? It wasn't stealing, it was just borrowing. Well, that's a couple of hours tops, and it was for a good cause. A person was really upset about all the money I took from them, and I had to defend myself until the guards could drag them away. That's really not that good of a cause, Stefan says. You, of all people, should think it is. If I'm the god's chosen hero destined to save the world, then defending myself is effectively saving everyone. Anyway, it was a restoration spell. Nobody other than the necromancer is going to claim restoration is evil. Maple wrote, so what exactly are you supposed to do with the flax seeds? Just do on them? Ningusta wrote, Kadia, you can ask them for advice on how to use healing spells, knowing that the book didn't make a good work on doing that. You say hurriedly swallowing your gulp of flax as to not be impolite and talk with a mouthful. I've actually been studying restoration magic, trying to get a better hang of it. Any particular branch? Stefan asked. He imagines as an astronaut, your main interest in magic absorption is in magic absorption spells, though skill absorptions like Sigrid's used in her sword fight would make more sense for a traveling mage given their broad utility. Ah, those are definitely on the docket eventually. Right now, though, I'm trying to figure out how to cast Heal Minor Wounds. Why was that the reaction all three of them had to that? This spell? Like the one from the kids' book? Yeah, that one. Are, are you certain you don't already know it? It comes naturally to a lot of people. It can be hard to learn one author's specific variant if you came up with a different one yourself. Yeah, I'm sure I've never cast a healing spell. Mine looks like this. It's not particularly flashy. The Atronach has one too? Oh, look at that! The Hot Frost Astronauts is holiday themed. You reiterate that yes, you're quite sure you have never cast a healing spell. Okay, but it's not hard. It's definitely not hard compared to conjuring a skeleton or pulling off a successful dispel. Watch. Uh, Are they trying to dispel the Atronach, or is the Atronach? Oh, oh, they're asking a question. Have you ever used healing magic? The Flame Atronach shakes her head. Try casting a healing spell. If you don't know where to start, just believe in yourself for something. You have decided you are done being polite and are going to ask every question you have just to change the topic. And now we're out of prequel for the time being. Hang on. And this one came out June 27th, which was like not very long ago. I'm recording this on July the 7th. So that's what, 10 days? Yeah, it's been 10 days since the last update, which is a good thing because that means maybe it won't be super long before the next one. How many commands have been submitted so far? Ah, it's Kazarat. Sorry, update stopped for a bit. I was helping clean a room that hadn't been organized since 1994 and naively thought it would take a day. It did not take a day. Did it take 2 days? What is it? More stuff. I try not to be overly secret about my actual life. A lot of the adventures revolve around my mom's dementia. The cleaning was setting up a safe playroom for her because she's at the stage where anything that can fit in her mouth will go in her mouth, so it's like taking care of a toddler. She's absolutely enthralled by the Flintstones right now, so I've been trying to set up a thing where it can autoplay from one of my old iPods without needing any subscription services. Okay, well, now that we have unexpectedly found out why the updates have been taking so long, I also send my best wishes to Kazarad's family, and we'll get some more when we get some more. But in the meantime, that's going to do it for this episode. I am wondering for the, like, I've wondered often whether or not I should actually tell this dude that I make these, but I don't think my channel's big enough for it to be a big deal. So maybe it's fine. But if you liked it, a like and subscribe will be groovy. If you want to click the bell, you can do that as well so that you're notified of future uploads. And if people can keep me posted for when updates happen, because I don't usually check, I just kind of hope. So if anybody wants to keep me posted on that, let me know in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Later.